G'day, thanks for watching. Thought we might do something slightly different today, at least at the outset. So I've talked about the DAX, and we've been tracking that for the last 3 months, but do we have to? Is there a better index to be looking at? So the Dow's pretty standard. That's what you worked with in advanced cycles. You know that I look at the S&P and the NASDAQ from a trading point of view because of their margin situation. But what I've typed in here is best performing financial market index in 2025 year to date, YTD. And so it's giving us some information here, and there's a whole range of things. If we scroll down, scroll down. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff. So if we have a quick look in here, and I don't know anything about this site, so first time I've been here. The Hang Seng, top of the list. I don't know what a TSX is. Shanghai. There's the DAX. And the S&P 500 and the Nikkei, which is Japan. FTSE, which is England. CAC, which is French. And I don't know what the last one is. Interesting that the NASDAQ's not on there, but the DAX and the S&P is what we've been looking at. There are one, two, three indexes that look like they've been rocking and rolling more than the standard US indexes. So if you want something really specific, I use a range of AI facilities. So I've typed in here, best performing financial market index in the last 3 months. Now, before firing up the video, I typed this in and I just got very general information. It wasn't specific enough. So let's see what Perplexity has to say. So it's talking about indexes here. So Japan, Korea. Let's go with global indexes. Not quite what we want. Oh. Anyway, I don't want to labor the point. The thing is, if you're looking for an alternative market to whatever you're working with, one of the first steps is to find out which market's been outperforming the rest. And yes, you can look back and say, oh, well, it's had its run. But mostly that's not the case. So it's always best to consider being in the strongest index. And that concept applies if you're a share trader as well. Be with the strongest sector, that is the sector that's rocking and rolling. And within that sector, get involved with the strongest stock. Anyway, enough of that. That's something for consideration. Now, I did say we would look at the DAX, so let's do that. This one here. So the reason for sort of looking around is because the DAX has essentially been going sideways for quite a period of time. and I've only got it phased up on the weekly. But you can see here, this is just dead time. There's rock and roll here. That's where you can make some good money. There's rock and roll here on the downside, so as it plunges in. But this is just going to take your stops. So let's update this. It's been a while since I've updated it. Sorry, not updated yet. Import data. Well, it's still doing nothing. And of course, that bozo arrow is what I put on there. Get rid of that. This looks like it's on its way down into this next cycle low, which is, what's that, the 9-month? Yeah, 40 week. Well, we're looking at the 40 week on the US indexes as well. So we just update cycles. There you go. So it's chosen this one as being the best place. And that gives us a nice tight nest of orbs. And so we might be expecting that this market, in fact, is going to make its way down into here. Now, this is what I call a forecast line. And I typically draw them blue, fatten them up, and duplicate that so that we've got a sense. Now, I haven't done any FLD work or anything like that, but now's not the time from this phasing. Now's not the time to be involved with the DAX. Having said that, I did notice there before that the Hang Seng was nice and high. So let's see if we can see that. Let's assume that's it. Oh, it is the Hang Seng. Okay, good. Right click, chart window, change the time frame. Let's get a look at the monthly. Let's shrink it down. Not a lot of data. So this low over here was October 2022. So the first thing that I'd be interested in doing is looking to see whether these past lows are lining up with the US indexes. And if they are, then this will be easy to phase. So that low there's January 24. The other thing that I do, sorry, I had no intention of going down this track, but the other thing that I do just visually is I look at the past cycles. And this thing looks cyclic to me. Whoosh bar. So since January 2024, this market has been rocking and rolling to the upside. So maybe this is something worth having a look at going forward. Anyway, more than happy to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.